As you can hear, we started the party without you. But don't worry, we're taking this thing into November. Uh-oh. We woke up Grandpa again. Somebody better get him some candy. Welcome to my home. Watch your step. I wouldn't want you to break a bone, but if you do, you can borrow one of mine. Welcome to my stylish haunted home. I can't take all the credit for its trendy appeal. The maniacal banshee in the closet deserves some praise.
Hey, everybody, and
Hello.
welcome back to our. This is going to be a regular Monday night thing. So, other people have other dates. You need to scoot over or not? You good?
No.
That we can get you in a little bit more.
Sorry.
How is
dogs are
everybody
wanting
doing
food.
tonight? What?
Dogs wanted treats.
Of course they do. Bill, what the hell were you doing in here at 5:48? Hey, Bill, how are you? Jillian, you were way early too. How are you? Wisdom, what's up? Para Enthusiast, how are you? Dragon Ranger, good evening. Cheryl King, hello. William Wyland, hello. Sue Mackey, how are you? So I think tonight we're going to mostly interact with the chat, and but I do want to give an update on that case that we talked about last week as well. But I think I'll wait a little bit till maybe a few more people get in here.
So just for all you people that saw Bert at the beginning, Bert has now officially started getting ready for Halloween. He actually has spiders on his hands right now, big spiders on his hands right now. And all his little friends are going to start popping up this week.
What little friends?
All his other...
all these boxes that are over
all
here?
the boxes that are in the corner of here
why
that
we
nobody
can't move
sees,
around in here? I mean, I think the end of September is fair to decorate for Halloween. Hey, Faith, how are you? Anita, how's it going? So how many people are in here from the UK?
Seems like a lot.
It's like a couple. It's way late there. Bad Witch of the South, hello. So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask us, go ahead and fire them in the chat. Because like I said, I'm going to pay way more attention to that tonight than when I have guests on. Mm-hmm.
You're going to actually pay attention to it.
I'm going to try.
We're not going to get 37 minutes behind?
No, there's not even possible. So I did write an article about the charity stream for Laura's magazine that she does. Oh, William, you're from Cleveland, so you're not far from us.
That's Sue cool. Asked about Never Hearing the Rays. Yeah, they never got back to us.
No. And it's like shit, we raised money for them, so I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't get back with us. The secretary or the person that I talked to on the phone, she was all about it. She thought it was really cool, but then it was sorry, David.
Oh, thank you, Faith. Yeah, it's a lot shorter.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't get back to us because that's kind of rude.
Yeah. I mean, especially because we were trying to. I mean, let them know, hey, we're.
Hello, Julie. How are you?
Money for you.
God, I hate to be this way, but I almost need to take this work call.
Go ahead and take it. I can kind of entertain people for a few minutes. All right,
guys, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. This is an important call, so I'll be right back.
So, yes, and a couple people knew I was getting ready to cut my hair off, but yes, I actually cut off I would say probably 8 inches of hair on Friday. So it's if the office is local, could you go there? Well, we tried to go there, but you have to make an appointment to go there. So that's what's kind of hard, because we're trying to make an appointment to talk to the guy, and we haven't been able to do that. So it's kind of hard. Hi, Kenny. So Jeff will be back here in a minute. He had to make that phone call, or answer that phone call. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. So as Jeff said, we're going to basically be chatting about and interacting with the chat and give an update about that story that we had, or not the story, but the case that we had talked about last week. We'll give updates on that. And who knows what else we'll talk about. I'm trying to keep up with her. Okay. So if anybody has questions that they want to ask for Jeff or myself, just feel free to put them in the chat, and we'll make sure that we get to them tonight. We started talking because the intro was with Bert. So Bert's getting ready to have all his friends come out and sit in the front yard with him. That is truth. A lot of times he does use that as a potty break, but this time it actually was a work one, Kenny.
And then he didn't even answer. So.
Oh.
So I don't know. It must not have been too important.
Maybe he called you by accident.
He usually doesn't.
I know.
I just hope it wasn't with bad news. He's the one that his wife is.
Oh, okay.
It's not good, and it's a job I'm doing, and
yeah,
I just don't like to be there when that bad news happens.
Yep. Hi, Bubs.
So what's everybody doing tonight? I said I was going to pay attention to the chat, and then I walked away. So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll do an update. We got 16 people here. We're almost 10 minutes in. So last week we talked about the case, and we originally suspected that it could be something demonic. And as soon as I started kind of pressing her and really requiring that she do some things, she's ghosted me completely. Like, she pretty much said, thanks for your help. And then that's the last I heard from her. So, I don't know if she didn't like the fact that I didn't go all goo goo gaga about her videos that she sent that were, I mean, I'm sorry, when your cell phone is 6 inches away from a K2 meter and it's going off, I'm going to tell you what that is. I'm going to tell you it's your cell phone. And I told her too, don't investigate your own house. Maybe that's what pissed her off or upset her. I'm not sure what it was, but so we have been ghosted on that case. So has the other investigator that Bill and I talked about last week, and Dana. So yeah, that's where we're at with that one, which, you know, that happens sometimes. So it's either a hoax or mental health, most likely. I think so. It could be either. And we didn't get a chance to talk to her enough to figure out what it was.
And exactly. She didn't give us a chance because there was multiple things, because we said it could have been a trans medium thing going on. It could have been, we'd have no idea. And now when this happens, and then it could be one of those cases that this happens, but then in a couple months down the road, she'll come back and be like, look, no. And because we've had that happen with a case before, that they came back but it was we wouldn't hear from them for months, like weeks, and then they'd come back. And then we wouldn't hear from them from weeks, and then they come back. But but they eventually got the help. It was just in a weird time frame. And
also too, one thing I've learned doing this throughout the years is that
no, give me that.
When people truly want help, they'll make an effort to. What are you talking about? Oh, we've got a very, very tight space here, and the dogs try and fit in with us. No. So I'm totally
getting them out of the garbage.
Totally being thrown off here. So, but yeah, that's something that happens. I mean, a big clue for me that somebody really wants to be helped is, like, if you give them 1 or 2 tasks to do, they'll do them. If they don't want to do them, then it's kind of an indication that they're looking for, God, would you stop it? Attention or We don't know what she's barking at.
I think she heard a car door.
So that's where we're at with the case. Oh, Faith is in Pennsylvania. That's not too far from here. Yeah. So what's everybody doing tonight? We need some questions. I didn't come prepared with the topic. I should have.
Shame on you.
I know.
I've been busy. You've been busy too, but.
Okay.
So we got a question.
Yep. Thank you. Pair enthusiast, I have a question. I've seen many equipment pieces debunked, but to my knowledge, not seen anything on that seemingly new yes, no box thing. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I've never used one. But what I have seen of them, so if it's saying that it's getting its answers based on EMF readings, I'm already going to say no. I don't think it's accurate, and I probably wouldn't use it because I'm not a big fan of, EMF driven devices. And I have seen that used in investigations where, it'll say yes or no, and that's it, but it's not always correct to the questions that they're asking, or questions are being asked that you can't confirm. Oh, Kenny's got. So Kenny, what can you tell us in the chat about the EMF or that Epoch box? It's not based on EMF, so I wonder what it's based on. Hey, Carla, how are you tonight? Kenny, how are you? I'd be curious as to what that's all about.
Did you say Kenny again? How are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard it's based on EMF or touch. Okay. So is it more like a REM pod, I wonder? Have you even seen it?
I've not seen it.
Dana doesn't watch a whole lot of paranormal YouTube videos. She's probably the smartest one of all of us for not watching some of this stuff.
No, I do watch some, but
you don't watch the Sam and Colby's and the.
No, the only time is if usually, ironically funny, I'll be walking through the house and walk through and something will I'll catch something. I'm like, what? And I'll come back and then I'll be like, what are you watching? And then that's usually when I get hooked on something and be, oh, no, I got to watch it. But for the most part, I don't really watch. Yeah, I think it's for the best, though.
Yeah, for the last 2 days, though, I've been watching naked dudes run around Africa.
Yeah.
It's that show Naked and Afraid. It's a challenge thing. So, yeah, para enthusiasts, it is a new thing. Oops, I can delete that or eliminate that comment there. It is a new thing I see people using, but I haven't seen enough to really come to an opinion on it.
Yeah.
That yes, no box creeps me out. Sorry, I'm going to show these. The yes, no box creeps me out when it has a voice saying yes or no. It's always a creepy ghost voice. Yes. The Necrometer app you can set up to sound like a demon too if you want. So,
oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I haven't played that version of it for you. We brought the apps out the other night on Dawson's show. I meant to highlight this.
Yeah, everybody that's been saying thank you about my hair, thank you. It's quite different. It's a lot shorter.
So far, it seems to be more random, such as a random number generator. And it goes off randomly in a controlled area. So they're not claiming it senses anything. It just goes off. I'm sure that means it's accurate. Hey, Sarah, how are you tonight? Sarah and everybody else that's new, that's just joining, we are doing just kind of an open mic night, ask questions. And because I really didn't have a topic. So, well,
and we're trying to get into the swing of doing this on Mondays.
Yeah, we've picked Mondays, so we're going to be doing live shows every Monday from now on. And that's because we chose that day. We didn't want to step on people's toes. Kenny does Friday. Weeping Willow does stuff. I think they said they're going to be more regular on Thursdays, so I didn't want to step on their show or toes. Laura does Wednesdays. Jimmy does Tuesdays, so that left Mondays. And Sundays kind of is a free-for-all, Saturdays and Sundays. And, it seems like people just randomly go live whenever they want. Cassie is going to be on tomorrow with Jimmy. Oh, okay. So Cassie, yeah, check that out. That's the channel is Ghost Quest. And he's not brand new, but he's a little bit newer. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. But, he does a really, really good show. So He would make a good DJ.
Mm,
Have you ever seen him?
just on the show.
Okay, yeah, he would. He's got a really good DJ voice. So everybody go over there tomorrow and check that out. God, make a mental note to at least have some kind of backup topic to talk about just in between questions and stuff. Carla said his dad did radio. Okay. Yeah, I think I do remember him saying that. That was a crazy skit that you guys did with the with where Jimmy was tied up and you tortured him with food.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Carla and Jimmy. So yeah, it was a little odd at first. And I was like, what the hell's going on? But then I finally caught on what they were. So the way to set Jimmy free was for somebody to get all the questions right about him. So, and it was things like, what's his favorite horror movie? And then there was a reveal side of the questioning too from Carla. So it was what was her favorite horror movie and different things about her. So
It's funny because everybody does like little games. Like our fun thing is we do the power hour, which are we doing that for October?
yeah, we'll do that for sure. Stop
So
it,
that
Bubba.
will be closer to Halloween doing the
Bubba,
power
stop.
hour. Now we got to figure out who's going to be on the power hour.
Oh, I'm sure we can find people.
I'm sure easily we can find
so
people.
who likes to drink?
Yeah.
And
Because you got to drink a lot during
Yeah,
this power
yeah,
hour.
I think we need to get Kenny Biddle on that. I think that's up his alley. He likes to do drinks when he does his shows. Oh, Bill, please don't go live on Mondays.
Who?
Bill,
Oh,
I've been struggling to find a day. Okay, so we got another question here. I have another question that's always interested me regarding those phone apps with word banks. We know they debunked in random, but I've always wondered how spirits are supposed to choose the words. I think they're supposed to manipulate different sensors in your phone, and that's what they say is how they pick the words. I'm not buying it. I think it uses your microphone, your location, even though it says all that stuff. You can say, people put them on airplane mode before they use them, but that phone's already gathered, is that app always on gathering information about your location and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
you know.
Somebody
So-
asked what power hour was.
okay, we're at,
I don't remember.
hey, Brian, how are you?
It's
Dana,
below Dana.
how are you, Dana? Okay, so the power hour, we it's a drinking stream. So for 1 hour, you have to do a shot of beer every 60 seconds. And then we set up rules.
in place, and then what we do is, because I will be the kind of the only one sober at the time, and basically we set up rules that if you say, like the last time we did it, we set up that you couldn't say the person's real name. You
Right.
had to call them by a name that we had chosen it before we started the power hour. So you had to call them by that. If you didn't call them by that, then you have to take a penalty shot.
Yeah.
And so everybody chooses their personal penalty shot, what kind of shot they're going to. So anytime they have a penalty shot, they have to take that type of shot. But then we also have it where the whole group can get a penalty shot. So then that's a different one. So there's like 3 different things. Like literally I made it through probably half of the power hour, and I had to start cutting everything in half because it was just like,
it doesn't sound like much, but that's a lot of beer in an hour. Like just the straight up doing a shot of beer every 60 seconds. So
it was crazy.
Yep. Wisdom had some insight as to the apps and how they work. Spirits don't choose the words the app does, that the apps are meant to trigger a random word when they are triggered. So yeah, like I said, I think they claim that, the magnetometer in different parts of your phone. I don't fully understand it, but that's how it's been explained to me. But I think it's just random. And it's all very, very generic phrases that can apply to almost any situation that you're in. So I have been using apps a little bit recently, but I've said this before, but there might be new people that haven't heard it yet. But what I'm doing is I'm writing down 4 words on a piece of paper, and those are the only words that I will accept. And I don't say what they are because I don't want my microphone on my phone to pick it up. Yep, ghosts just know because it's magic. Yeah. So, Bill, we answered your question there too. PNC Paranormal, how are you? Not go back to the fundamental ignoring spirit. To enable them to do that, I believe in the Mike X. I mean, the thing is, none of us know what spirits are. I don't think so. I need to find the answer to this out because I ask it all the time. Where did it originate that EMF equals a ghost? Ghost hunters are out running around with all this stuff that detects EMF fluctuations and calling it a ghost. But where did that theory that an EMF field is a ghost, where did that come from? I need to look that up sometime. I should be like Kenny and have a notebook down and write this stuff down to look it up.
In the chat.
Oh. Julie has a question. Okay. Do you know what a good camera for night vision recording is? I do know one thing. I would avoid the cheap Chinese ones that you can get on Amazon. There's some that are like $150 or less. I would avoid those because they don't work for very long. They break down really, really easy. They're just not good cameras. I mean, I know a buddy of mine will he's gone through about 5 of them in the time that, so that's like, he could have bought a $700 or $800 camera. I think Sony Handycams are a good, affordable one. I have a nice Canon XA11, but that's an expensive camera. But the night vision on that is
compared to what we had before,
good.
It's
really
nice.
And then you buy a IR light for it, and it really boosts it up too. So, like I said, the Sony Handycams I think are probably one of the cheaper, good options though, because they are really, really good cameras. I found out recently, and I didn't know this, GoPro cameras are not night vision. They don't have IR lights or IR capabilities. So don't buy a GoPro thinking that it's going to be night vision, because some of those cameras are a little less expensive as well. I was actually going to look into, because the last time I went, I set up my whole DVR system, and it just takes forever to do it. It's a lot of work. You run all over the building, running cables and microphones and cameras, and run it all back to a DVR box, and you got to bring a TV and this and that and the other thing. It's nice having that instant,
but
where
so
you can
much
watch
talk
things
when we have to travel. Yeah. It's like, I mean, our whole car, it looks like we're traveling to go on like a trip for like weeks, because it's just with the DVR cameras, the TV,
all the cables.
Jesus. It's like, that's like 3 totes, and then the TV. So it's it's a lot.
So I've looked into, and I'm going to try them. So I don't want to recommend this because I have not used them yet, but there's a couple body cams I found on Amazon that look like they might be good. I know I watched some police videos, cop cam videos. Excuse me. We just ate before this and I'm belching like crazy, but and usually the quality on those body cams that people wear are pretty nice. So that's what got me into looking into them. But I'm going to order one soon, and I will let you know my opinion on them.
I bet you're behind.
I'm probably behind, but that's all right. We ask people to ask questions, so yes, I think the apps listen to the microphones and use locations too, even on airplane mode. Like I said, you don't know what info that app is collecting before you put it on airplane mode. Yeah, it is fun, and you can get hurt, especially if you forget the rules, and you got to have a good pizza base in here or something like that first to eat.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, Julie says the sensors are supposed to trigger different words. 4 words, I love Kenny Biddle. Yeah, I've never heard that come through an app yet. I don't think he's well liked by the ghosts. Just kidding, Kenny. Kenny, are you in if we do the power hour? The Ghostbusters, yeah, I think I agree. I think their meter thing that they have in the movie Ghostbusters, I think is where the EMF thing came from. So again, based in the pure science of Ghostbusters, the movie. Hey, Candy, how are you? You're not late. You got here just when you wanted to. Bill says he loves the XA11. Yeah, they're fantastic cameras, but they're expensive. So, I mean, that's another. I always recommend this too to people is, I mean, get the most expensive type of equipment that you can afford. If you're gonna get a camera, get nice ones, because you'll buy 4, 5, 6 cheap ones that'll break down, and then you'll end up buying a nice one anyway.
Because it was crazy from going from the last camera Jeff had to the one that the newest one he has. Just the difference in the quality. I mean, even like regular video.
And my last one it's not bad. We still use it.
It's not bad. But then to see this with the night vision, like the other one does not do bad pictures. I think daytime, but night vision.
Well, it doesn't have
this
night
one,
vision.
that night vision, it was terrible because you'd have to use lights all over. But this one is just really. I mean, we've done a couple of things with it in the dark, and I mean, they're just really, really good video.
Yep. But yeah, the other one too that I have, it's a Canon. I think it was around $250, $300, but it does not have night vision. And another thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a microphone with any camera that you get, because none of the microphones on the cameras are worth a shit. So especially if you're going to make YouTube videos, you're going to want to get. And that's something you want to spend good money on, because bad sound can absolutely ruin a video. In my opinion, like if sound quality is bad in a video, I have a hard time sitting through it. So let's see. What Kenny say? Digital cameras often remove the IR cut filter to allow more IR light to reach the sensor. They all will pick up IR and UV, just not as well when because I think that's like, so mine has a switch for IR or for night vision, and I think that's what it does. It flips that filter up, I think, but I'm not a camera expert. No, it was not the Axon. Those Axon body cameras, which are freaking awesome, but they were like $400 each. So I found some other ones on Amazon that looked like they were pretty good. They were 180-ish. So I'm going to try one of those.
Hi.
Okay. Devil's advocate. Given the non-science field, shouldn't anyone who tries something new be applauded? I mean, I personally think so. There's nothing wrong with trying new stuff, but like, the flashlight trick, that's not something new. We all know that physics makes those go on and off. But yeah, I'm definitely all for people trying new stuff, even if it's goofy and you can probably figure out what sets it off, or what makes it happen when it happens. Wisdom, when is the next video? That's a good question. I'm trying, man. I am trying.
Well, actually, the next video, though, there's going to be input from another member of our team.
Yeah, and that's why
it's taking a little bit longer.
I'm probably gonna get something. I'm gonna have to put something out before that. But the video that we're working on is Twin Paranormal was recently in Toledo at one of my favorite buildings ever, and they just totally botched the whole history portion of their video
and where they thought things were happening, and they didn't even go into areas that a lot of the activity happens at. So
they made a lot of false claims.
Yeah.
So we're kind of debunked them with receipts on the claims that they made. Oh, we're not too far behind. Cool. Yes, the power hour is powerful. I think paranormal activity has a better chance of being explained without the addition of ghosts being the cause. Yes. Some people don't even think it's ghosts. It's, I know Kenny loves this word, but some people think it's energy. I mean, I kind of think energy has a big part of it. Sorry, Kenny. Yeah. So, that is a good, well, I think a lot of it has to do with religious reasons, because, most religions, when you die, that's not your final step. Most religions say that you go somewhere. So I think religion has a lot to do with it.
But even with Native Americans.
Yeah. People want to know that their loved ones are in a good place and can visit them. Or, I think some of it might be that too. So I think there's a lot of reasons why paranormal activity is
What?
paralleled with or linked to death.
Here. You want up? Come on.
Okay.
You want to say hi?
What is the theory on
Come on.
ghost hunting in the dark at night as opposed to during the day or with lights on? So I think a lot of people do it at night because it's quieter outside. There's less, noise interference. Yeah, paranormal activity can happen any time of the day. It doesn't have to be day or night. And honestly,
There we
the whole night vision thing,
There's Boo.
it's just a little spookier. There's really no purpose to it because obviously if you had a well lit room, you would capture things easier. So it would take a lot of the what was that shadow, questions out of it. Yes, correct. It wouldn't have a timer. It happens whenever it wants to. Yep. Okay, people are answering that then. Kenny loves ghost hunting in the dark. That's a good point. There are things that are just absolutely ridiculous. But trying something new is always applauded. That's actually, people they don't dress as Jesus, but they do things to provoke it, religious things like, or even, they'll do fakes too. Priests will come around with, they say it's holy water, but it's not. It's just regular water, and they'll put it on people's skin. And if they freak out, then they know that something fake is going on.
We were terrible last year because we did a mockery, kind of.
Yeah. Our Halloween costumes were.
It was kind of a jab
upon.
at someone. I think it was kind of more like a jab at someone and to kind of make a point. But it wasn't a going against like religion. But
no, nope. But we were mocking fake priests.
Mm-hmm.
So I went as a nun, and she went as the Pope.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm looking for my heart.
Not doing that. Although we do need to have a costume for this year. We have to have if anybody's got a costume ideas for a couple's costume, you got to let us know because I'm sure we'll probably be invited to a Halloween party again because we usually do every year.
Yep. No, don't apologize for asking questions. Like I said, that's what this is an open mic night. So, I don't know why, what might be paranormal seems to happen off camera, but my rock solid experiences have not been on investigations, or there's never been a camera around. There's been my biggest things that I've seen. A lot of times you hear noises and they're usually not in the room that you're in. So that's considered off camera, but the mics will pick them up sometimes. So, and then one time I thought, so we did a case a couple years ago, and I would have told this guy every day of the week that we heard footsteps walking around in his house when no one was in there. But we checked all the cameras, and this is the advantage to setting up the DVR system. Because had I not set up this DVR system, I would have told him that we heard footsteps in there. So I searched all the cameras, all the microphones. A lot of the microphones picked them up, but then one camera picked it up. And what it was he had a fireplace that right before that flame comes on, it sounds like footsteps walking down the hallway. It's a noise that the fireplace makes.
It's an older house. And so, but it, literally sounded like somebody was walking up at you.
So I imagine too, a lot of times, supposed paranormal activity isn't paranormal at all. It's, it's just that. Hey, Jimmy, how are you? Yeah, see, I don't know anything about this quantum physics and fluctuations and all that stuff. I don't know anything about any of that. That is beyond my pay grade. So PNC Paranormal, they do not use night vision in apps. Yeah, you definitely don't have to use the night vision. Like I said, it's just sometimes in video, if you're doing something for a YouTube video, it just can look kind of cool. That's
Hi.
really the only purpose of it. Yep, every house makes noises for sure.
Oh. You guys are going to get fat tonight.
I've had things move before my eyes in my home, just I can't explain or recreate, and it starts mostly when it's not. Yeah, it is. It is weird how things you tend to catch out of the side, your corner of your eye, as they say. It's, very rarely does something happen that you're looking directly at. And actually, very rarely something happens anyway. Oh, we're down to the bottom.
Shocking.
Ta-da, just like that. It was easy.
That doesn't happen very often with you. Usually we're always behind.
Yeah. So yeah, I have demonic noises from my stomach a lot of times too. And Dawson was talking about that Friday that he took his buddies out ghost hunting and they've never gone before. He said he kept catching them whispering, and he's like, don't freaking whisper, because then when you go back to listen the recordings and stuff, you're going to be like, okay, was that a voice or is that these two goofballs whispering? So yeah, that's a real thing. We always, if you fart, you got to say, hey, I farted. No being shy. Because I don't want to go back and analyze footage with farts in it and think it's growls. So
those always make it hard. But that's sometimes the perk of having more than one camera set up too.
Yeah.
Because then something else might catch it. So then you can figure out what it is if somebody didn't say what it was.
Yep. And that too, you can. So let's say you pick something up on a recorder and you're like, okay, what was that? That sounds like a voice. Then you can go back to your video cameras and look and see, okay, did anybody make any kind of sound? Did anybody look like they were talking or anything like that? Yeah, Taco Bell is not a good pre-investigation dinner. That's for sure. Yeah, you can. Candy's putting our Instagram up there. Do we even put stuff on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I do, because it's supposed to cross over when I do it on one to the other. I'll have to check. I haven't. Yeah, I think we do, because that's where Jenna usually messages me. She doesn't message me on my own account. She messages me on Boo.
I did not watch that yet. I think he did Paranormal Nightmares. Yeah, their titles now, every freaking one of them is demon. And it's just so frustrating. I have not watched it yet. I definitely plan to. I think he put it out yesterday. So if you guys haven't seen it,
good catch.
Go over to Paranormal Seekers and check his video out. I'm sure it's a good one because all of his other stuff is really good. So do we use Facebook or Twitter more? Probably Facebook. Yeah.
I don't even do the Twitter anymore. It's usually Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I haven't really been on TikTok a lot with the paranormal one. I'm trying to get better with doing the Facebook and all that. It's, I guess, because I don't have it set up, because when our account got hacked, because my account got hacked, so then Boo's, my original Boo stuff got hacked. So I had a hard time linking everything back up to the new, from our new Facebook into the Instagram and all that. So I'm just struggling trying to get it all back where I had it. So I had it where I had set time stuff would be sent out, and then I didn't have to worry about it, and I knew it was going to go everywhere. And now I'm trying to get that all set back up.
Hey Joe, how are you? And Jimmy's saying he is working on episode 3 of his Ghost of Carmel, Maine series. I did watch most of part 1, so I'm catching up on that one. I'm way behind on things I want to watch. I get caught up watching shit I don't want to watch, so cuts into the time for things that I do want to watch. Yeah, Kenny doesn't use Twitter. I haven't been on Twitter in a long time.
I can't tell you last time. I don't even think I know the password anymore for that one.
Yeah. Metal Neck, how you doing? I'd be fine with, let me put that link up there. Yeah, you can email them to us. What's
Boo Productions Paranormal at Gmail.
Okay, so it's without Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, I wish I knew how to post that link or the address, but I don't. But yeah,
Just
it's
type it in.
yeah, Boo Productions Paranormal at gmail.com. So go ahead and send away.
No.
I have been a little bit better at checking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter seems to be, at least what I've seen, it's all politics and it's all people just yelling at each other. So
No, like I said, I don't even get on
Not a
there
fan.
anymore.
yeah, I haven't been on for a long,
Once
long
I
time.
figured out Twitter, I don't use it anymore.
A lot of people too are doing Discords. I'm not. So if people invite me to their Discord, I'm probably not gonna join because I don't need anything else to check on. And I don't really know how that platform works. I'm on Beardos, but I haven't been to that server in a long, long time. I just, like I said, I don't need anything else that I need to check up
Right.
on.
Oh, thank you, Dana. Yeah, everybody's been saying yes. It got chopped off. My hair has been chopped off.
Yep. Let's assume someone has something weird going on in their home they cannot debunk. What would be their next step? I mean, like I said, I tell people all the time, don't investigate your own house. Now, if you're fine, like
We don't. I mean,
we
now-
don't, but I guess if you're not scared of whatever you think might be going on in your house, I mean,
but we know what's at our house.
Right. But most of the people that we deal with don't need to be investigating their own house.
No.
One, they don't know what they're doing. So, they're buying K2 meters because that's what they see on YouTube and TV. And those things go off all the time. So it just adds to their fear. So the best thing is to find a good team that can maybe help out. But that's sketchy too, because you don't know if who you're getting is good or not, because there's so many bad ones out there.
Yeah, because like if we have something that we're not sure of in our house, we actually will have friends we actually have a couple of our friends that will do a remote in just to check things out. But they also, because we have our house so buttoned down or bubbled down that we have to, people have to have permission to even get through to the house.
Or we just go straight to what we do to kick it out. So.
Yeah. Which usually we don't have to do that often because
it's been a while.
Yeah, because normally we know that we have two of our little friends that are around, and
yeah, that's Brian. I wish I had an answer for this. That's an excellent question because it is definitely not the teams with the most followers on Facebook. In most cases, I'm not going to say that there's big channels that aren't trustworthy, but usually if they have a high sub count on YouTube, they're not people you want to call. So that's a way to gauge who not to call.
If you're looking at sometimes even if you ask around, like if you see somebody on Facebook in your area, start looking at their post, start looking at if they are doing you have to really look at their stuff.
Go to their Facebook page and see what they're all about.
Our Facebook page is not the best right now because I have to rebuild it. But we also link a lot of our stuff with Togs, which that's the group we work with closely. And so, and Togs is very known in this area. It's one of the original teams here in our area. So people know that. And because a lot of times we don't go under Togs, we go under Boo. And so people know, oh, okay, yeah, we know. And so they know that they can come to us for those things.
I think one thing too,
there's a couple teams I'd be like,
oh, there's a lot of teams I'd be like, no way. But I think if a team seems to have one good indicator, if you reach out to somebody and their initial response is, okay, we've got to do an interview first, and they seem to have a well thought out questionnaire that they use all the time, stuff like that, they're probably, that's a good chance that they're a decent team. But if as soon as you call them, they want to come out with cameras and stuff like that, I'd probably say they're not. Because that's, honestly, in my opinion, the last thing you want to do is investigate somebody's house.
Jeff or Bill.
Yeah, I do know some people throughout the country that I would recommend, or at least maybe they know people too. So I mean, I do have a network of people that I can contact throughout the country. Okay, Bill wants to know if my van bit the dust. It did not bite the dust yet. It's working on it. But yeah.
But it's working again.
Yep, it's working again. I thought the battery was needing to be replaced, but for some reason I think it was the master cylinder motor was not shutting off, and it killed my battery because it was making a weird noise. But then all I did was flick it, and it's all good now.
Yeah,
it's a quirky van now.
Now this is something that's kind of a little tricky though too, because you don't want to come out the first time. Well, you have to do this first. You gotta kind of get to know the group. So if somebody comes out right at the bat and they say, well, you have to do this, that could be a way of approaching it, but they should be talking to you first to get an idea what's going on before saying the first thing right out that you have to have a mental health evaluation, because that's something that you have to have them trust you to do. And sometimes if they don't, because most of the people that we've gained their trust by talking to them for like doing an interview and not really throwing anything out there, getting to find out what's going on, asking questions, asking them to do maybe some minor little things and get back to us after a couple days. When you have that talk going on back and forth, that works out really great, because then maybe at the third time you talk with them, usually that's a point where it's like, okay, well, we'll come in and we'll interview you. And then that's when we get into those kind of details. And then we tell them up front too, we're going to get personal. Mm-hmm. And then at that point, I think they trust us enough that you can do it. But if somebody comes out right at the first day and says, well, you have to do a mental health, it's like, okay, that's legit. But I think they should be asking some more things to get to know about what's going on as well.
Yep. Yeah. And it's like Dana said, you don't really want to come out the gate with that, because they're probably not going to even call you back.
No,
because that's kind of, it's not insulting, but people take it to be that way. So
just like when I say, no, because after, like I said, we talked to him for a while, then telling him, hey, we're going to be asking some very personal questions about your health. We're going to ask mental health questions. We may ask you to do, if you'd be willing to do a but that has to be down the road. It can't be like right off the bat, because they're going to, just like if we're asking if they're using drugs, any of that, because they can, like I said, we can ask them those questions the first time, because we ask them some of those questions the first time. But then when we talk to them in the real interview, to get the intake interview, they usually will. I mean, if they said no, they don't use drugs, then when they get to know us, they'll be like, well, I smoke weed occasionally. All right. I mean, then
which that I don't. But we've had people too say that, they do heroin, but it's okay. It's not the addictive kind. It's not the bad kind. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure you're whacked out of your mind right now. And there was one where we actually heard a drug deal happen on a Zoom meeting. It was, but it's not the bad kind of heroin. So nothing to see here. But let's say there's an addiction that goes on too. Before you even think about dealing with anything paranormal, they have to sort that out first. Mm-hmm. I mean, they really have to. Otherwise, this paranormal things in your head are going to happen all the time, nonstop.
Yeah.
So deal with the drugs first, and then if things still keep going on, then we'll maybe look into the paranormal a little bit.
Well, and people have to realize too, that's why we ask about, because a lot of there are sometimes that a lot that can be going on, especially if it's only one person in the house, looking at their medications.
Yeah.
Sometimes we've had that happen a couple times, that when we started looking at the medications, they contradict each other, and they can cause it. Well, if you're using this, you should not be on this. And then sure enough, that list is there. And I know, most states have health systems that they have where you have universal records. Like I know in Ohio we do. We have multiple systems that we can use, but we can cross into other systems to get no list in that. Sometimes they might not be like the most up to date, but you can at least get some information. But like in our area, we pretty much have we basically have two medical health systems. And so it's very easy to get the medication from those lists because they both use the same system. But you also, I mean, it's really important to make sure that you do get those, because I mean, there's a lot of times that can cost so much
That's why
interaction.
that's why it's good to know people like pharmacists and doctors and stuff. If you have friends.
And it's ironically funny because we have at least one or two people in the medical field on our team, like on our teams between Togs and us.
Yeah.
That we have medical. Yep. So it's like, and it's funny because we always are. We're always looking for like, because I think Becky does that. We're always looking for the medical stuff, even though that's not our first priority. When we go in, we're almost doing like a eval of the person, but we're not saying it, but we're just kind of like signs and symptoms of things that we know that possibly could happen if you have medical things going on. So that's something that we kind of do too. Yep. But
yeah, so that's, I mean, again, you don't want to come right out of the gate with that, but
no,
you know, we always interview people several times before we actually go meet them, and we do video interviews, so it's not just a phone thing. So
yeah, I think usually our first one's a phone, then our second one is a video visit.
Yep. I'll a lot of times when I get an email or something, I'll call them first just to figure out, okay, what's going on, and then it's like, okay, this is, you know, we decide if we're going to get involved or not based on how the phone call goes. Is there a paranormal scale like the alien scale? Close and cut? No, not that I know of. Nope. Not to my knowledge. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, Dana was on that interview with the lady that was on the good kind of heroin, so we had nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep, and
that was crazy.
We debunked some spider demons. We did that on a case. There was a person that, so there was a paranormal investigator who was working on a case with the client that we had after him, or we kind of overlapped. He had told her that they had captured a skinwalker, locked it in a guy's closet a few houses down, and told the guy to not open the closet. Well, that guy, of course, got curious and opened the closet and let the skinwalker out. This is what we were told. I'm not making this shit up. And so this person that we were dealing with, everything was a skinwalker because of what that guy had told her that, like, stop. Now we're talking about oil. Yep. Yeah. Medications, even if it's like just combinations, can do crazy things to you.
And and this is something too. You have to take into consideration sometimes like what certain things you have might be happening because of a medication, and it might not be a normal or a known side effect. Because I've had that with medications where it's not a known side effect, but I've had it, so I've had to get off medications, and it's caused like I literally had a medication that was causing neuropathy, but it was the medication was to not have you get neuropathy. So it was like, but it ended up causing neuropathy because I was on it for so long. It actually, after you're on it for so long, it causes neuropathy. So,
yeah, Brian, the case that I was talking about, the Skinwalker case, the guy claims that he captured, and I asked to see the video, and of course didn't, but it was a demon, but it looked like a spider. So we joke around about the spider demon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Opioid cessation meds, antidepressants that can cause serotonin syndrome, multiple cases of people seeing giant spiders, yes, or spider demons, because it's always a demon. So, let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm a little behind. That's all right. Yeah, I hate spiders too. So I mean, technically, they're all
now
demons.
I'm laughing because Bert's got spiders all on him, and I'm like, maybe I might take those down.
Hey, Anna Banana, how are you? Thanks for joining. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. Okay, we're down to the bottom. Yeah, we've heard some crazy stories, and we've also heard some stories too of people that have gone through some really, really bad trauma and have never dealt with it. So
Mm-mm.
it's like you've got to deal with that because that's probably more likely than your house is haunted. That your mind's creating something as a defense or whatever. But I mean, and there again, I'm not a psychiatrist, so
Yeah.
you always got to work out things like that first.
Yeah. And that's something that that is something we always make sure that
Yeah.
people are, have you talked to your doctor about your medication? Your doctor's aware of all the medications you're on? Because because I work in healthcare. So my thing is all the doctors you go to should know all your medications that you're on, period. Doesn't matter. If there's a change, they all should know. Because when you come, I see this sometimes on a daily thing that they will come in and they will have the patients don't even know what medications they're on. They'll just bring us a list like this is what I meant. It's like, how do you not know?
That's me.
Yeah. Well, but I make sure I know what you're on. But I understand that. But sometimes if that's where it comes into a problem, if you don't have a health system that's on it where you can access the health records for the whole location, because we'll have somebody come in that's from another health organization and they're on like 6 or 7 different meds that is on the list that we have, but then some of those can interact with each other, and so then then it takes our providers, it takes us and the providers a little bit of time to figure out, okay, what's actually here, and then we have to call the pharmacy and find out from the pharmacy what are they actually taking. And then you have to sit back there. But we also do that though when we do cases. We'll sit there and look at all the medications and have to do the same thing. Okay, and go and look to see if there's any counteractions with any of them. So it's a little tedious, but people don't realize how many times something that your own body. So if you know your own body and something's not right, you should automatically be questioning. And even if one doctor says, oh, everything's okay, question the next doctor, the doctor that prescribed it, if it wasn't your primary. You have to, because sometimes that's a little bit of an issue that one doctor, like the primaries, don't want to deal with it if they didn't prescribe it. So, and then you just have to make sure that everybody's on board of knowing what the contradictions to those medications can be.
Or Kenny, yeah, that's a definite things that happens is they can never find it, or when they do find it, how many times is it a spider web going across their ring cam or an orb?
Or I always laugh when people know, it's not an orb because they see a streak of light going behind it.
It's like, no, it's
because it's a streak of light, and they go, and I'm like, it
people
can still be your camera.
People that don't understand those, inexpensive IR cameras, because sometimes, and I've seen videos like this where you won't see a guy walk up until a certain point, and then because the camera is not good, and the frame rate, and it looks like a ghost walking, but it's a real, it's a real person. So, yeah, these outdoor security cameras are not usually the best. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I look ridiculous with these headphones like this, but I don't like these headphones.
Then why are you wearing them?
Because they don't reach you.
Well, why?
They hurt my ears.
So why don't we switch them?
We don't really need them tonight.
So then why do we have them on?
I don't know. That's a good question.
They squished my ears here. Jeez, oh Pete's.
Now these I can wear.
Crack me up.
Sorry. Although I'm not even hearing us through them.
No.
So.
Hi, Boo.
We're going to go raw tonight. No headphones. Go bare eared.
Maybe that's something we need to ask for Christmas for new headphones.
I mean, I don't mind the one pair. I just don't like that other pair. I can't stand.
I had a different pair really before, hurt my ears. I thought.
Oh man, a banana's sick. Hope you're not sick.
Oh, everybody needs to start literally juicing up on vitamin C and the immune boost stuff, because it's starting already. We've had a lot of people where I work getting sick. Not people I work with, but our patients getting sick.
What? Hey, Brian, which guy are you talking about? I'm missing something. Yeah, those eye floaters.
Yeah. That's something too, because I used to work in eye care, and people, that would be the craziest thing, because when they would get like the spider webbing or like the floaters, they would just freak out and think then it was like not realizing that, and they would just, because they would come and go, so they never realized that it actually was something with their eye going on. Come here.
Yeah, Joe
Come here.
Joe does pretty good videos.
Come here.
For sure.
Come here. Oh, there's two of you. Hellos. Do you guys want to go outside? Come on, I'll let you out. Oh, you
Yeah,
just
we've had people too send us videos of like, they say that there's a ghost in their house. No, they say there's a ghost in their house because there's a person that they captured on camera. It's like, okay, you need to not worry about the ghosts and wonder who the fuck that is running around in your house, because that is a real live human being. I guarantee it. That is not a ghost. That is a person, and they're in your house, and your security camera picked them up. So you need to find out who that is and why they're in your house. Yeah. A lot of people have been talking about that video. I need to watch it. I'm behind.
For which one?
Josh's last video.
Oh.
That Ben guy. Okay, Ben. Yeah. Kenny loves the Kraken. That's why I think Kenny would be good in a power hour with us. The whole point of the show, Kenny, is to drink. Oh, Ben finally admitted to faking from Lainey and Ben. Oh. Wow. That's big news. I didn't think he'd ever admit that. Okay, we are caught to the bottom of the chat again. Ding ding, as they say on Fantastique shows.
Bad.
Oh boy. So what else have you guys got going on? I feel like a lot of times too we talk about the same stuff. Maybe we'll interview somebody next time. I feel like do you guys get tired of us telling the same stories?
Maybe what we should do is bring Jerry in, because not everybody.
Yeah,
knows
we should bring
Jerry
sometime.
So we need to bring Jerry in. Jerry's the other guy that's part of our group.
Mm-hmm.
So he does a lot of our research for us, and he's a skeptic. So
he's very skeptical. But there was one time, and it was so funny. He got that, people say when you get touched by a ghost, it feels like you walk through a spider web. And he had that sensation. Dude spent probably 60 minutes trying to figure out, okay, what was that?
But then went back, because we went back to the same thing, and he spent as much time as he could to go ahead and figure out what it was. And he goes, I just can't explain it. Thank you, Dana.
Yep. I was going to post that after we paused. Put this towards the power hour or something. Yeah. We usually do it on a Friday night.
Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah. That's definitely not a weekday show. Friday or Saturday.
I think last time we did it on a Saturday, but even doing it on a Friday is okay, because that gives us 2 days to recover. Well, 2 days for you to recover.
We usually do it like, around Halloween time. So
yeah.
Sometime in October we'll do one. So we've got to recruit some people to be on with us. Ben did say it was his manager's fault for forcing him to fake, or forcing him to admit it. I'm going to have to watch some videos, I think. Okay, I did not watch that video yet where he's got Ben and Jessica on. I mean, it only makes sense that he'd admit it because it was so freaking obvious, but I don't know. They had a lot of people that thought they were the real deal.
Have them give us couples costume ideas.
Yeah, Dana said she wants couples costume ideas. I'm afraid to ask you guys that, to be perfectly honest with you. Dana, I'm glad you're able to work. That's good. Oh, but you volunteer. Does that mean no paycheck?
What?
Not just responding.
Oh.
Yeah. Dana asked for couples costume ideas.
Well, we were gonna go as the from the this is my last minute if I can't figure out what to do. We were going to do from, was it Step Brothers?
Yeah. I love Step Brothers. That's one of my favorite movies. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, there's an idea.
That one's good.
Ike and Tina. No. I'm not going as a wife beater.
I could go as Ike.
I mean, I went and dragged last year, so what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, well, this was funny though, because after we left the party we went to my nephew's friend's house, and nobody knew we were coming except for my nephew. And we walked in there and we started throwing water at them and telling them that they were sinners and everything. And people like really freaked out because they didn't know what was happening. So it was quite comical.
And the one that I went in and I sprinkled her with water, she was a lesbian. And she was like, "So why did you come and do that to me?" And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, because you were the first person I saw in the freaking party that didn't look like they were going to beat
It was
me
like,
up.
no, we didn't.
Ooh,
Because somebody actually thought they were set up. And it was like, no. Oh, we could do
Twin Paranormal or White Chicks.
Yeah.
Except Dana.
Twin Paranormal would be good.
Yeah, Dana really is a white chick, though.
Yeah.
So it's not really a costume. Yeah, Twin Paranormal.
That one would be good.
That's definitely one of the top ones on the list.
Yeah.
Hello, Feral Goth Gal. How are you? Everybody's sick. Do I need to put a mask on to protect myself from you people?
Like I said, because I work with people with respiratories, a lot of respiratory and older people, and it's like everybody is getting sick. And so we haven't even started our flu shots yet, which we should be starting our flu shots anytime now. But we've had so many people, even some people working, but most of like a lot of our older people coming in. And I'm in like two different, this is kind of weird, but I work an hour away from where we live. So I'm like in two different like environments because I'm like, am I home and are two different. And so because we live by the water and then that's out in the country. And so everybody's just getting sick. So everybody just needs to vitamin C, immune defense stuff, anything, take vitamins.
Read that first one. Colin's demons that could travel through the screen. Yeah, Zach claims to have those demons too. In his documentary, The Demon House, there's a big warning at the beginning of it that people feel that, or he was warning people that by watching that they're opening themselves up to becoming possessed, basically. So,
oh, I can do that. Oh, here, I got to look it up though.
Oh, okay.
I don't know it.
Candy, we just saw your message, so
sorry. I'll get that right now. Sad I don't remember that, right? I was just in it too. So
elderberry syrup.
If you do see something weird on PayPal, if you ever get on PayPal or it comes through the email, it was my stethoscope.
Okay, I won't.
So just so you know, if it's something weird that you see come through there. Ding, 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 ding.
See, I'm thinking Twin Paranormal. That's a big
Twin Paranormal is kind of the one I'm thinking, and especially now that I have this haircut, this will work even better.
And I got my wig.
Well, you have the one. Well, we could go. We could have won as Mountain and Karen. I mean, we could have, but not everybody would get that. But I mean, people wouldn't get that either.
Most of my friends don't watch what we do.
No, mine either. I don't have a lot of friends though.
I don't blame them.
All right, let's see here. Okay, that is not it. I need to switch. Let's look this way.
Yeah, that was a good one. There was another one too that was right around that one. Carly had a good one. Where was it? Yeah, oh yeah, she said White Chicks. That's why I said Dana is. And I think to pull that off, don't you kind of have to do blackface a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
And I can't do that.
Yeah,
I don't need to be canceled.
I'm trying to get to it, Candy. I'm
okay.
sorry.
I'm trying to think about something to talk about. Yeah, I think some of these live streams we'll do, just where we hang out and chat with the chat. And then others will definitely be more, we'll have guests on and interview people. Or have, people on that y'all know and just bullshit like a lot of the other channels do. Let's get on with other content creators and, just have fun.
I'm pretty sure I set it up for Boo.
I think another thing too, I did kind of give an update on last week's show, and maybe it was before some of you people came in. So go back and rewatch the beginning of the show and to get the update on that case. Or shit, I might as well just go over it again. Was anybody not here in the beginning of the show and did not hear it? If you'd like us to talk about it again, type 1 in the chat. Cheryl King.
Okay,
that's a good question. While people are typing their 1s or 2s. So sometimes home investigations last as long as one interview, and some have lasted for years. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back over that again. Yeah, that's the thing too. You don't ever want to take on a case unless you're willing to put in, a long time, however long it takes, till either they get rid of you because they don't like what you're doing, or until it's resolved or they're helped. So the update to last week's show was, I'm pretty sure that this is either a hoax or, I upset this lady in some way by requiring that she do some things. I gave her a couple things I wanted her to do, and she sent me some videos, and I didn't I basically debunked her videos, and she's ghosted me ever since. So, I don't know if I offended her by telling her that a K2 meter is going to, or your phone 6 inches away from a K2 meter is going to make it light up like a Christmas tree. Maybe she disagreed with me on that. I don't know, and I told her not to investigate her own house. And I contacted that church that I was talking about. Candy, that was last week's show that we did. Boo, get out of there. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out of there. Sorry. Boo's being bad. Candy, you weren't here last week. It was the whole show that we talked about last week. It was a private case that we were getting involved in, but it was very short-lived. We were thinking that it potentially could have been something demonic, which is something we never ever say, but this one had us wondering because of what happened. Oh, is that video I showed you? I did send that to you to get your opinion on too. So we talked about that case. Yeah, Anna Banana, that's always a possibility too. So sometimes people are looking for attention and they want to find a team that will say, oh yeah, that's your K2's going like crazy. That's definitely something bad there, and then the next thing, they'll be over at your house with cameras and, putting out YouTube videos and scaring the shit out of you.
It shouldn't be this hard, right?
No. So that happens all the time too. And I think that's what happened here. What I'm a little upset with myself that I got as spooked as I did as early as I did. So I guess chalk it up to a experience, or that, that I was kind of duped a little bit. It kind of bothers me. I'm a little pissed off at myself.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Yep. See, I did, like I said, I have shared that video with a few people, and that's why we had Bill on last week, because he was one that I shared it with. But yeah, I showed it to Candy too. And I do this because I want, one, I'm going to show it to people I trust, but two, I want people's input that way, because I don't go with what we thought we experienced or felt that day and run with it as, okay, this is what it is. I want other people to check my thoughts on it. So, you know, I'll send videos to people sometimes. Hey, what do you think about this? In fact, I do it a lot. Is that on my phone?
No, I gotta re-sign up for it, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so that was you know, that's another, I guess, a good lesson is always check your work, because you may think you know what's going on and you know, that's not what is going on. So always have other people checking.
Okay, so I do have an account now. I just
Okay.
I hate this. So I must be a different. So,
Dana's trying to figure out a PayPal thing.
It's that one. So okay, it must be. I must need to log out of mine. All right.
Yes, and that's definitely the case. If people really want help, they will do anything that you ask them to do to help. You know, that's a definite. And like I said, a lot of times these people, you know, you don't tell right away, but early on you get the sense that all they want you to do is confirm their orb videos and tell them that, yep, that's a ghost. And when you tell them anything different, they get pissed off and go find somebody else that will tell them that that's a ghost. So
I'm getting there.
yeah, again, though, I mean, we don't want to be doing residential stuff if you're not willing to, you know, take the time that it takes to do them right, because you have to do them right. In this case, this lady, I was totally willing to go there and check her house out, but it's 4.5 hours away. So we would do several video calls beforehand. And another thing, I wanted to talk to her kid and she wouldn't let me. And that being said, her kid is 20. So it's not like I asked to talk to a minor, because I would always, if I were ever asked to talk to a minor, I would want the parent there anyway. But if I talk to an adult child, I want to hear, I really don't want the parent, especially if I suspect that something might be being faked or a hoax or something like that. So, or even mental problems, you know, what do you think? Is your mom, is she okay? And, you know, so I always try and talk to different people from the house.
I'll get it eventually.
Oh. Yeah, Candy, that's a big red flag that she won't let me talk to the kid. You know, she's telling us that the kid is scared to death and, you know, all this other stuff about him, but then, well, then let's talk to him. Like, I want to hear his experiences too. What is he experiencing? Why is he so afraid? Is that Bubba trying to get in the bathroom?
Yeah, he got in.
Oh, jeez. These dogs are such a distraction. Yeah, and that's like Dana said too. That is a red flag, because if things are happening to him as an adult, he should be able to tell us. He doesn't need mommy and daddy sitting there holding his hand, speaking for him. Let him tell what he's experiencing. But I found this out a lot too, that a lot of times they're not experiencing anything. So that's why they don't want you to talk to the kid. Yep, that's what Anna just said. Oh, Jay, Julie's out of here. We'll see you next time, Julie. I need to reset this up because that mouse is so freaking far over.
We do have a cordless one in the back.
I want to get a lazy boy for back here that I can put my keyboard on, get a wireless keyboard, which we have.
All right, here we go. I think I may have gotten it.
So yeah, like, I guess to summarize it, I think that case was a bust, and you know, I was tricked there for a second, but that's why you keep going with it and keep approaching it with a skeptical mind, because you have to rule out the normal first before you go paranormal. So What you writing? Oh, passwords. Don't say it. Yeah, Julie, I if I could have a lazy boy back here with like a just a wireless keyboard, shit, that would be the cat's ass.
Come
And I even
on.
spent a decent amount of money on a chair, but it still hurts a little bit. Yep, that's correct. They just want you to, you know, as they say in the Alcoholics Anonymous world, they're looking for a cosigner for their bullshit. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting case. I mean, even only interviewing her and chatting with her a couple times, it's still, you learn something. Every case that you do, you still learn stuff. Oh, Bill had banana bread.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Candy, we'd have to get rid of the desk though somehow, which I'd be fine with that. Desk is always a mess anyway. Glad the camera doesn't pick up how messy this desk is. Yep. Yeah, it's if you decide to even interview somebody, you're never ever truly wasting your time because, like I said, I learned, okay, you can be tricked too, which I'm not that arrogant to think that I can't be tricked, but I really thought there was something to this one. Apparently, we changed the password already.
Yeah, it wouldn't take the other one.
Probably because you used it before.
No.
Oh.
Oh no.
Well, I want to get up and get a refill. Can you pause on that for a second or not yet?
No. Give me a
Okay.
minute because I'm in the middle of.
I'm dying here talking to myself.
Sorry.
This is why I don't do a solo show because I'm not good at it. And Bill, I've thought about that too. If it is something dark and bad, is it something just not wanting her to talk to us? But she also ghosted the other one as well. So, I don't know what's going on. And you can't force these people to talk to you. I'm not going to send you a text every day to, hey, talk to me. You're obligated to. So it was an interview that we did, Dana. We had interviewed somebody that I'd been asked to look at because they thought that it was a demonic case. And I was like, okay, I don't want to watch somebody else's interview. I want to interview them myself because I don't want to be tricked was my thought process. So I interviewed her and something happened and we thought, okay, this might be something bad. But then, like I said, she ghosted us. Anna Banana, thank you so much for the super sticker. Anna, you support us every freaking time that we're on, and we appreciate that. That is awesome. Thank you so much. And that being said, too, everybody supports us that's in here, and and people that do the rewatch. It does blow me away sometimes how many people will go back and rewatch the show. I know we do. We do it really late for the UK, so we might have to pick a Saturday soon and do a UK friendly time because I know we have a lot of people over in the UK that watch us, so we should probably do one of those soon, Saturday or Sunday. Do it at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, kind of more in their prime time. But thank you everybody that watches all of our stuff, or even some of it. Even if you hate it, watch it. Yeah, that happens a lot too, Dana. I think we know what we're talking about or what you're talking about. Or you ask them questions, they don't talk to you, and then they have an experience, and then they expect you to be willing to talk at 3:00 in the morning because they're scared. Damn, Anita, why are you still up?
Sorry
I appreciate
that took
you
so long, Candy.
I appreciate you being here, but why are you watching us at 1:30 in the morning? We appreciate that. Did I miss some? Azrael? Hi. Oh, Dawson. We missed
Okay.
Dawson. How's it going, Dawson? Dawson had another good video where, well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I'm not going to say what happened or didn't happen, but
Okay.
Dawson puts good videos out.
Candy, it's sent. Whew, that took a long time, but it is sent.
I think she built one from the ground up.
I know I had to go back in because I didn't set it all up. And I just probably because it wouldn't accept under mine for my stethoscope. So I had to, and so I just did it and then I forgot to.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're set up.
So it's your show for a minute. I got to get a refill.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yep.
Dawson says he's going to be watching football. Oh, it's Monday Night Football.
Oh, shit. I didn't consider that when I picked Mondays.
It's all right.
I don't think a lot of paranormal people watch football.
Not, I mean, but you can watch football and watch this at the same time.
No, we want your undivided attention.
Yeah, he always says he needs to hydrate, but he has multiple stops in this. So he'll do all his stops. Yep, it's it's just at Boo Productions Paranormal. No, it's just at Boo Productions Toledo. Take out the paranormal. It's just Boo Productions. I hope I didn't type that. It's just Boo Productions Toledo. Or if that you're saying thank you very much, I don't know, but it's close enough. Who knows? I'm like half back into this conversation. Bill, you ate banana bread. I made pumpkin bread. I made banana bread and pumpkin bread the other day, but the banana bread I can't eat, so I gave that to my brother-in-law. See, he actually kept up on the comments. So, does anybody else have any questions why he's in there? Oh, thank you, Anna Banana. Yes, everybody. Now you can see it a little bit better since I don't have my headphones on, but I actually had about that much hair cut off on Friday. So I'm still getting used to it because there's a lot gone in the back there, but this is something I do probably at once every like 3-4 years. I just cut it off and start all over. Yep, baking. I love to bake. Jeff is the one that cooks more and I bake more. Although they did several years ago, Jeff and the girls had a baking contest. They baked cakes, the cake decorating shows that they have. So they kind of were doing ideas like that. So they actually did bake cakes for birthdays in December a couple of years ago. It was pretty interesting. Jeff, the one cake he made was very dry and made my brother almost choke because it was so dry, but it was quite funny. Oh, thank you, Candy. Yeah, so I'm still getting used to it, but it's the same color as I normally get, but it's just looks so much darker since it's cut so short. Oh yeah, no, I do this because I actually the first time I did it was the biggest shock. I probably did the first time I did this was probably 20 years ago, and I went from having hair all the way down my back to basically my butt, and I went even shorter in the back than what this is. And then this but about every 3, 4, 5 years, I just because my hair starts getting too heavy and it just gets like even when it's pulled up, it gets knotted. So then when that starts happening, I know it's time to whack it off and just start from square one. And then this will grow out pretty quick though. So
hey,
I'll
Cassie,
probably
how
keep
you
it
doing?
up for a while.
Cassie is in the house. We should have them on some
Yeah,
Monday
we haven't
with
had them
us.
for a while.
Yep. Oh, my friend. Sorry, I'm reading a pumpkin comment.
Oh, well, now we laugh because I was like this pumpkin spice OG because when I was a kid, I've liked pumpkin spice and pumpkin since I've been
I
little.
hate it.
Like my grandmother at Thanksgiving time would be making the pies, and the filling, I would be eating it by spoonfuls. The
I
filling.
mean, I like pumpkin
Because-
pie, but I don't like
but
pumpkin
I mean,
coffee, pumpkin.
yeah, I
cake.
mean, I would
I
get,
don't-
so even like my hot chocolate, I would sprinkle pumpkin pie spice on it and nutmeg and making it. But I've liked pumpkin spice way before it was a thing, way before.
way
So
before Starbucks found it.
yeah, I mean, I was always pumpkin. I mean, I would make pumpkin roll or pumpkin
Oh, I don't
muffins,
like
and
pumpkin cookies or rolls.
yeah, I loved
Nope.
pumpkin.
Not
I mean,
me.
for our wedding, we had pumpkin pie and Costco cake.
Yeah.
Because
I love Costco cake,
Jeff loves him some Costco cake. So
white or chocolate.
we were
I-
like, how about that? How not? Because we did everything at our wedding that was very like about us. So how appropriate that we did pumpkin pie
hello,
and
Boo.
Costco
Thank you.
cake, white and chocolate.
Yep, Boo's always
Here's
got to
Boo.
bust in at some
Hi.
point.
Thank you.
Hey, Cree, how are you?
Got to do your
Yep,
lovin's.
Boo's got to jump in at some point.
No, what's funny too is that I've noticed though, as pumpkin spice is more around, it doesn't taste as pumpkin spicy as it used to. I mean, I don't know what it is, but like I had something pumpkin spice the other day, and I'm like, it doesn't taste pumpkin spicy like it used. I mean, it used to taste like pumpkin and spice. Now it just kind of tastes like spice.
Stop it.
A lot of places.
Stop it.
What do you want? You want a treat?
She's just,
Do you want a treat?
yeah, but I also
that
got to
what I
be a
want?
pain in the ass when you guys are on here.
Is this what you're
Well,
looking for?
like when we do this show, these two dogs have to be right here with us.
Is this what
it's
you're
weird.
looking for?
Like they know when we go live, and they have to be right in here, and there's not a whole lot of
Bubba's
space.
not as bad though.
No, he doesn't have to be.
No, Boo's
all up
got to
in
be
the
the
show,
center
but-
of attention.
Yeah, Costco cake, definitely need to get you some of that.
Oh, Costco cake. Yeah, Jeff knows how to make the filling though now. You guys made it the
Yeah.
one time in the cake, and it's pretty
It was
pretty darn close to
Pretty
it.
Good. Yep, we did actually both the chocolate and the white.
Yeah, because we had a cake that we cut that oozed green, and then
Yeah.
Jeff picked strawberry for that cake, which was funny. So we had strawberry and then green ooze, but we had white and chocolate, and I actually spruced them up. We just got a plain white cake and a plain chocolate one that just basically had like mini squares on it. And I actually got Halloween or like fall, because we got married in the fall. So we did like Halloween, like pumpkins and some Halloween ones, and did ghost in that. So it had ghost and pumpkins and
Slimer.
bats, and then and
We had a
then
Ouija board as the centerpiece. Wait, what was the centerpiece?
we had a
Yeah, I had
Ouija
a
board
Ouija
on the
board with some
bottom, and then
stuff.
some stuff on it, and then we had we did have Stay Puft Marshmallow. He's around here somewhere. Yeah, he's back there. He actually was the guardian of the s'mores. And
Hey,
then we
Spange, how
had
you doing?
Slimer on the dance floor.
Yes.
Slimer that holds the wig.
Yeah.
He was
Yes.
on the dance floor. My nephew had fun with him dancing all night.
And he asked the cop to tase him too.
Yeah. At the end, he was just joking. He was.
It was all
he was
in
a little
fun though. He
toasted, but
wasn't
he was like,
being
yeah. But he asked the cop to
nasty or
tase
anything.
him. It was like, no.
Yeah.
The cop just laughed.
the funny thing is, well, we can't say that.
No. But he's been tased since then.
Yeah, he has been tased. not
Not
as being
as
arrested, but
he chose to be tased. So well, I don't know if he chose, but he chose to be tased. So
Yep.
So he at least learned how. He also learned how to make sure how to tase somebody the correct way there. They're just out here for the treats.
Yeah.
Both of them are just looking at me for the treats.
Oh, so we've got 27 people in here still. That's awesome.
So, any more
I
questions?
feel like I'm doing horrible tonight.
I know it seems like we have a
I
lot of
feel like
downtime,
I
but
f- yeah, I
we
just
weren't
feel like
real
I'm bad at this
prepared for
tonight.
this.
Hang on
Oh,
a second.
sorry.
I'll let you, because you know what the conversation is. I don't. So yeah, that's actually a question I have for all you guys. What are things that you guys want to see? Because like, and I'm not whining, I'm not crying, I'm not pulling up. freaking what's his name? Oh my gosh. But my video views are going way down. And I'm just curious if am I starting to put stuff out people don't like, or what do you guys like to see? You know, I've had there for a while I was doing pretty good, and now all of a sudden views are pretty low, and I just don't know. I mean, is it the teams I'm picking? I'm just curious as to what you guys want. I definitely am going to put out some more investigation stuff because I've got 2 that I need to work on still, plus tons from the past that I can make videos about. But when I went out with Dawson, but I do want to put a little space between his and mine, just so we don't have the same video come out, you know. Plus, I want to do it different. I don't want it to be 2 identical videos. So, but then neither me nor Josh have put out our video from the school. I should start working on that pretty soon. But see, those take, for me, because I'm not good at those yet, those take so long for me to do. And a banana, I think the algorithm kind of is the, you know, I don't want to sit there and blame the algorithm, but YouTube likes consistency, and I didn't find that out until I wasn't consistently putting out videos. I really think that's kind of what did it. Is I was getting out at least 1 a week, and now it's 1 every 3 weeks, which I feel bad for that, but I won't put something out unless I'm happy with it. So yeah, I've done the couple collabs, and I'm in more in the works. Cheryl, thank you. I appreciate that you enjoy us, what we put out. Yeah, I think so, Candy, I think I might start doing some, like, a lot of my videos are heavily edited. Like Beardo, one thing he is blessed with is he can just sit there and talk for 25 minutes and people are drawn to him. He's a very, very good speaker. You know, so he could do that without showing any video clips or anything like that, and people would still watch his stuff because he has that gift, which, you know, God bless him for that. I'm not saying he's got it easy, because that dude works his ass off for his channel. So, but I'm just saying that, you know, he's got a look to him. He's got, you know, he's just gifted in doing that style of video. So I might try and do some of those, because it would be easier to put out content like that, where I'm just giving my opinion for 15 or 20 minutes on something, you know, maybe throw in a few video clips or something like that, and, you know, call it a video. But that way I'd be putting out something once a week at least. Yep, that's true. The more you put out, like I said, YouTube likes consistency. So yeah, and I think so too, that, you know, there's a certain element that, you know, they're going to watch whatever we put out. But then too, but did that candle just flip on, guys? Or did I just now see it turned on?
We've been having such weird.
Yeah, that candle just comes on when it wants. I'm not saying it's paranormal, but it's just, I just caught it this time coming on.
All right, show how to page. I'm getting there, Candy. Sorry.
So, yep. Yeah, Candy and Dana have their own conversation going on, and she's just leaving me here to hang myself.
Sorry.
Okay, Candy said it's been on. Julie said it's been on. Okay. Something must have just, I saw what I thought it turned on.
Well, it's weird because we've been having it. And yeah, it's just been weird because, like, we turn it off and then it just comes on its own. But then we have also the outside Bert's lights are doing the same thing. So it's kind of weird.
Bill wants you back on the show.
I know he's so lame, right?
Tired of getting listening to me.
My eyes look super white. I just changed the line stuff, and now it's like super white. I just noticed that.
We don't have the best lighting in here. We should probably run with that light sometime and try it. But I kind of like it a little dark because I personally, I don't like the way I look. So on camera, I've always, believe it or not, I've always been And still to this day, I'm a little camera shy. Like, people wouldn't think, well, how do you do a 12-hour live stream if you're camera shy? I mean, it's once I get going and get into it, I'm usually good. But I mean, yeah, I definitely get a little anxious before, at the beginnings of the shows. And especially then, if I like now, the reason I wear headphones is I like to hear it through a monitor, but the monitor system isn't really working. So, and I feel weird just speaking naturally to nobody. Whereas if I've got the headphones on, I feel like it's a show. I don't know. It's dumb. Dumb. Yeah, Cree, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of people that are down in views and stuff. Something definitely needs to happen a little bit different somehow. But then again, YouTube and a lot of people like the same. I mean, Twin Paranormal, they have a formula. They put it out once a week. All their videos are the same, just a different place. And people love it. Hey, Raven, how are you? Yeah, Anna. So I've told this story before. Maybe not everybody has heard it, but I was actually on my way to becoming a civil engineer. And I dropped out of college in the last semester to get my associate's degree because it was time to take speech class. And I was so deathly afraid to speak in front of people that I just quit going. So I never got my degree. Hey, Rooster, how's it going? Everybody, Rooster painted that painting back there, that one, the nun painting. If anybody wants some custom paintings, look him up. He is down to do commission work.
Yeah, Jeff didn't know he was getting that one.
Yeah, because I had talked to him and I said, but I don't want you to start this until I pay for it, because I wanted to pay for it first. And then Dana comes up with this bullshit story that sounded totally believable. So we end up down in Lima where Rooster lives, and we pulled up to his house. It was weird because the house it was like a single driveway that went to two houses. So I thought we were going to meet one of her daughter's old professors to pick up something for her daughter. And then I'm like, is that BJ sitting on the porch? What are the odds that the person we're going to meet would live right next door to BJ? And I was like, that can't be him. And, I've only seen him face to face one time. So it's not like, but sure enough, it was BJ. And that's when we were there.
But he didn't even realize until we were in the house.
No, I didn't.
And we were like,
I just thought we were
talking and
stopping
everything.
by.
Yeah, he had no clue.
As we were driving down there, I kind of made a comment like, oh, we should have hit Rooster up to see where he lives. And maybe
yeah, and I was laughing because I'm like, well, we're kind of going there.
Yep. So you got me. Thanks, BJ. You were part of it. Oh, chat's starting to kick off and I'm missing. Bill is like, you're probably going to get a nasty letter to the manager on your lack of participation in the show.
I am so sorry. I am trying to get this set up. I'm pretty sure, Candy, I sent it to you. It's exactly what I thought it was, but it would just, we had to add a little bit to the front of it. But that should be good, as far as I know.
See, so Cree, this is a cool story. This is a documentary I'm working on. So we investigated a place that has just this massive amount of mafia history. It was Toledo, believe it or not, was a very, very big gambling area because like the mobsters from Cleveland, Detroit, the bigger cities wanted to come here because they didn't get, messed with the cops as much. So they would come to Toledo and do some of their gambling and stuff just because they could relax a little bit. So Toledo has a massive history in casinos and gambling and drinking. I mean, hell, we're right on Lake Erie, so a lot of shit was coming from Canada. But anyway, we investigated a place and we actually got a couple things that I think are, again, I don't call things evidence, but we got some interesting things that happened when we were there. but it got me into the rabbit hole of talking about this guy's life and his story and all of the gambling shit that was going on in Toledo. And so that's a documentary that someday when I feel I'm good enough to do it right, I'm going to put it out, because I've got hundreds and hundreds of hours in the library doing research, reading through the old newspapers. I mean, which was an absolute blast, because you're looking through newspapers in the 1920s and then you see other stories that you remember, from history class. And so someday, but yeah, that's a good combination. Tell like a, true crime story and then tie it in with a paranormal investigation or something.
Hey, Bill, I'm back now, full time.
Candle's flickering. Is it?
It's supposed to flicker. Then now it's ironically funny because these candles will be going outside like probably over the weekend. They'll go outside because they'll hang behind Bert.
Was that Boo?
No, it's Bubba.
Oh, jeez.
He just wants attention.
I'm just reading the comments, guys. Sorry, I should be reading these out loud.
Yeah, I think Bill was worried about why he thought. What did he say? What kind of haircut did he think I was getting?
A Karen cut?
But no.
I don't know.
Oh, what was it? A Murder, She Wrote. What's Angela Lansbury? Yeah, he thought I was getting a haircut like that. No.
Yeah, see, Anna Banana, what did it for me was when I started playing music in a band. When I first started playing, I was kind of like the guy that would hide in the back corner of the dark spot of the stage, because I just did not like being up in front of people. And it's, oh my God, God forbid I would make a mistake. Like it devastated me and just put me more scared and whatever. So, but then one day, like some dude told me, he's like, dude, you're playing a live show for 3 hours. You're going to make mistakes. And if you don't show people, they're probably not going to know. Or if it's really bad, just laugh about it, because we all do it. And I'm like, that makes sense. So I don't know. I just started getting confidence, on stage playing guitar and stuff. And ever since then, I've been able to talk to people and talk, in front of crowds.
I'm much better than on doing these lives than I used to be.
Yeah. Well, even your presentation that you did last time at that class, I mean,
yeah,
it's tough to get used to talking in front of people. Some people, they get it naturally.
Yeah, I don't.
And definitely not me. Dana's watching football, according to Dawson. That's why she was watching it on her phone.
Yeah, Dawson caught me.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. You look sad. Why you look sad?
Oh, the twin likes to remove people's comments. I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know. I'm a free speech guy. Like, unless you're really going to cross a line.
Or you're talking about,
or if you go at my friends, I've or guests that we have on a video, if you're going to be nasty about them or Dana, like, I'll delete those comments. But I think I can count on one hand the number of comments I've deleted on any of my YouTube videos. Just because, like I said, I'm a free speech guy. Bill, you said you were looking for a co-host for your show. I think maybe
I should come on one time. I know. Hey, I do know a few things about cars. Not much, but a few things that my grandpa taught me, just to make sure. Because my grandpa always wanted to, when we were younger. I mean, I wasn't even in my teens yet, but he would always have us show us how he actually made sure we knew how to check our oil, change a flat tire, check tire pressure, couple other things he taught us how to do when we were younger. So at least we knew how to do those things in cars. So I know a little bit about cars just from all the cussing and swearing that Jeff has done. When he's been trying to fix the van.
Okay. Dana, thank you for the $5. But there's one thing you have to know. If she is focused on a project, it doesn't matter who's saying what in chat. That that's going to happen until
I get it fixed.
the show could be over and she's not done with it yet. That's getting it fixed before.
Yep. That's part of the
Before
ADHD.
anything else.
That's part of the ADHD issue that I gotta fix it because I know. And plus part of it too.
Bill, you're making me feel bad. Like I suck or something.
Part of it though too is that I really don't talk to Candy because Candy usually talks to Jeff. So if she usually needs something, this is usually where she catches me. And so then I just fix it right away, because if she tells Jeff, he's probably not going to tell me. So this way I always get it done. And I make sure I just take care of it right away. Usually
I've told you guys, and I'm dead serious when I say this, like I'm very intelligent and I'm very analytical, but at the same time, I'm also a complete idiot. You could tell me, she can tell me something in the morning that I'm not going to be home until so-and-so because I've got to do this. And I'll be like, I wonder where the hell Dana's at. You know, I'm an idiot when it comes to some things.
And I usually, even because I know, like when I leave work, because I have an hour drive, I almost have an hour drive. So when I leave work, I make sure I call and tell them, hey, I'm leaving work. Is there anything that we have to do? Or because things can change in that time frame. But it's funny because I usually, because I leave work for work before he does, and I come home after he does. But I always, before I leave, if I will tell him the night before, if I got something going on, or if he needs to do something in the morning, I will tell him the night before. I tell him before I leave, and then I usually message him and tell him, or I leave it on his wallet and his phone on the desk so that he knows that he has to do it. And then I usually will call him again to remind him.
Yeah, Dawson, I wouldn't have known that about you because you are very, very, very comfortable on camera now. I would have never known that made you anxious.
I think with me, though, with even doing presentations, I think I'm more confident with myself because I'm more confident with my abilities, where before I wasn't.
And that's a lot of it too. I think
that's a big thing. I guess now because I mean, things I've done with my abilities have been validated several times. I mean, more than several times, but I mean, things that they've been validated by things I've said have been able to be validated. So I guess, because I guess I didn't want to come across as being someone that is a fake. Yeah. And so I think that was my thing, was I was worried people were going to say I'm a fake. But now that I've been able to validate things multiple times, I think now I'm more confident with it. It's
definitely easier when you're comfortable and you feel at least that you do know what you're talking about. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's certain topics that I'm pretty comfortable in talking about them because I know what I'm talking about. This is a good thing though. So Cree said, for example, like she was the one that was talking about combining true crime with paranormal stuff. The only drawback to this, and something like this specifically, is you really got to be careful. Like let's say we think we communicated with one of the victims of that shooting. I mean, we do have to consider though, how is that family going to take that? Or what if I'm dead wrong and I'm, I try and do things that have a lot of years of separation, just because you don't want to, we try and take into consideration that a lot of these people still have family members around.
And some people could still be grieving that. I mean, that's a big part of it. That's why I think a lot of times you do, if something like that's going to happen, I mean, you can't, when it's been like a multiple person incident, you really can't do that unless everybody is all the families are on board. Yes, I want to know, because you never know what's going to happen. But I mean, if it's like, say it was, I mean, when it's more personal and it's one person, and that then maybe it might be a little bit different if it's sooner, but I would still rather wait.
I do want to do a video sometime on the old mill. And I want part of that story to be about Nevaeh.
Yeah.
But I won't do that unless her family is on board with it, because
some people did take it and didn't tell them and started running.
Paranormal Nightmares.
Yeah. And that's not fair to the family.
Help the police in this case. It was a case of a little girl that got kidnapped, and unfortunately they found her body a few weeks later, I believe. But it relates to this old mill location, and like, I'm not going to go into details now, but there is a tie to it, and it's not too far from us. But the only way that I would want to tell this story is that if the family felt good about it, you know what I mean? I want the family to know about it, know exactly what I'm going to talk about. It's an instance where I would say, look, you know, if you're fine with me talking about this, I'll send you the video first and you can say yes or no, or cut this part out or don't, you know what I mean? I want to respect the family because, man, I just can't imagine an 8-year-old. I think she was 8, right?
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine, like,
too young.
you're never going to get past that. And it's, you know, it's very, very close to us and a lot of people know about it. It was a big deal. What is my axe of choice? I love a Les Paul custom. Those are my favorites. Everything. My email address is Les Paul. So I've had that for years. A lot of things, you know, I associate with that guitar. So Les Pauls are my favorite, but I like a good Strat too. Not gonna lie. I have both. It depends on what I'm playing. If I'm playing Pink Floyd, you're not pulling Pink Floyd off with a Les Paul. You got to have the Strat. But you know, I love different guitars and different amps. I have, I think 4 amps and like 7 guitars, something like that. And I haven't played one. And this is sad. When's the last time I got a guitar out? Last Halloween. That was it for one night.
No, you had one out here. Oh, not that long. Well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, played. It's probably been since Halloween, but you had one out after that because I remember Bubba coming in and looking for me, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And you were playing your guitar.
I just honestly, I wish this room that I have, I wish it was at least double in size because then I could set up all that stuff. Because right now, if I want to play guitar, like it's going to take 20, 25 minutes to set it up.
Well, eventually, I'm hoping one part of our back room, the corner, will become where he can have his guitars. Because I want to put them so his guitars are displayed on the wall, and then his amp sits there in the corner. So
yeah, but do you want me playing guitar out there when you're watching Big Brother?
No, because I can come in here, or I can go in the bedroom.
You guys have no idea. Like
our house is so small.
I have not played loud since I moved out of my house that I had
across the street.
No, I never. Yeah, I did play a little bit loud there a couple times.
Basement.
Yeah, but like I used to love just cranking it up and just fucking ripping.
Now he has to deal with the dog that has no place.
Yes,
to go
he's got anxiety. He like hates.
He hates loud noises.
Thunderstorms and fireworks, and it's just like, I want to play loud so bad. I have a kick-ass tube amp with all these pedals and a 412 cabinet that hasn't been, hopefully the tube amp works. I haven't played that thing in 5 years. Hey, Giuseppe from Germany. How's it going?
We have someone that is going to be traveling there tomorrow.
My daughter is going to Germany tomorrow to see her sister.
Her sister who's in Germany.
BJ, answer that question if you would. Or if you want to talk to Dana private, send me a message and I'll send it to her or something.
Or Candy can pop it up there. Candy usually has them.
Because I don't think Rooster doesn't have a channel.
I think I thought I've seen her put Rooster up there before.
What's the podcast name? Dana G. Oh, so they apparently have a conversation that I'm not privy to. Just kidding. So Rooster does have a Facebook page for his art. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm 6 minutes behind, guys. I'm going to try and scroll through and catch up. But like I said, I feel like, you know, if people ask a question or, you know, we got to stop sometimes. And then I should read these out loud instead of this awkward silence. But this is the only way I know how to do what I do. Okay, so yeah, but even so in that specific case, it's just a little too close because, you know, even they have family, and I'd have a hard time being nice to those two, if that makes sense. But I don't want to add more bullshit to what their family, I'm sure, already experiences. So yeah, I mean, I that's a good idea, honestly. The true crime and the paranormal, but it's got to be removed. What?
Jenna was talking about she got a good seat on the plate. She was worried about getting stuck in a middle seat, but she's got actually a really good seat for a long flight.
Well, Anna Banana, since this was 5 minutes ago, you're probably gone, but thanks for joining.
Okay, get back on that.
Oh, yeah. So guys like Huff Paranormal and stuff like that, like what celebrity passed away recently it was when OJ died. Huff Paranormal was on that immediately, and I was so put off by that. Like that really pissed me off.
You guys gotta go outside. Come on, I'll let you out again. Let's go.
Yeah, we probably will play again this Halloween, I'm sure, because I'm sure he'll have the same Halloween party. He'll say, bring your guitar, and I'll say, no, I'm not going to bring my guitar, and then I'll throw it in there anyway, and then we'll end up playing a set of shit that we played years ago, and I'll make lots of mistakes, but they do too, because we haven't played together in so long, so it's all good. That's kind of true. No one knows why. I mean, I think they were just sick and just wanted attention. This is the truth. But I'm used to it. So I moved here when I had a full basement. All my shit was out all the time. So, you know, I had a drum kit, a PA system, guitars and amps, all that stuff was out. So if I wanted to play the Strat that day through this amp, it was just a quick plug and play. Or if I wanted to jam on drums, I just play my music, sit behind the drum kit. I had these massive monitors. I'm sure my neighbors loved me, but I wish I had that space to set all that stuff up again. Cause I do miss playing instruments. I miss playing music, but I just don't have the space. Oh shit. Rooster, we did not try that yet. I do need to try that. What? Yeah, we'll definitely try that. I got to think of what to put that on though. It's funny. The reason we haven't tried it is because when we were down there, we were looking for a certain chicken seasoning. That one that we use on that barbecue chicken that I do. So we bought a couple that we wanted to see if it mimicked it. So we were kind of using those for a little bit. But yeah, I do want to try that. That one sounded good. Wisdom. I don't know. He probably has. I don't check his channel. I don't even know how I saw that he did OJ, but you know, YouTube probably said I should watch this. I don't know why, because I never watch any of his stuff, but I would bet he's done James Earl Jones already. That was a big high profile thing. What's the other one that does all that ITC communication stuff with the celebrities? I forget his name, but there's another big channel that does that too, and it's just gross. Okay, we made it to the bottom of the family or chat. Yes. So yeah, that's an interesting take on it is, you know, why did they do that? Like, we can guess, but you know, I don't know. It's not, yeah, I'm not even going to speculate, especially here off the cuff. I don't want to get myself in trouble. Dana says it's like the paranormal paparazzi. Yes. And there's probably a lot of small channels that do it too, but I know Steve Huff is the worst offender. I'm really surprised nobody does videos about him very much. Maybe I need to look into doing something about him. I know Joe got his undebunkable app and pretty much debunked that. How can you say an app is undebunkable? That's stupid. That's a dumb phrase to say. So apparently Dana subbed to Paranormal Rooster. Rooster, you got to put some stuff up, dude. I didn't realize you had stuff that you took down. Miss Boo, you want to come up here and say hi? You want to come up here and say hi? Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi to all your fans. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't scratch my leg. Come up here and say hi, damn it. Come on. Up here. Come on. Come on. There's a Miss Boo. Say hi. Oh, there's the treats. You want a treat? Here. Say hi. Hope Paranormal. That's the other one. God, I hate them. Yep. Those are the two bigger channels. Yeah, Boo always has to make an appearance, PNC. I mean, we did literally name her our thing that we do after her. So, oh shit, Side-Eye Guy's here. We got to behave now. Hey, Seg, how's it going? We haven't chatted for a while, dude. We gotta meet up sometime and talk. I don't know them lights. They're Chinese. They do what they want. Side-Eye Guy, this is just ask me a question, but don't embarrass me. We want to see what Seg has to, what Seg wants to know about us. Dawson's leaving now, probably because Seg is here. I don't know. Just kidding. What about hang on, what's this all about? The Butcher of Kingsbury Run. I've never heard of that. Dana messaged me that so I don't forget because I can't find a pen. Please.
Pen.
Oh.
Oh, here. Pen.
Yeah. No, that's not an acceptable pen.
Yes, it is.
It's technically a pen, but it's not a pen.
It's a pen.
No,
it writes. It's a pen.
This is a pen.
This is a pen.
This is a.
It's a pen.
It's a mock pen.
Oh my God. You know what?
I'm a pen snob.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry.
So am I. But that was a free pen from
Butcher
work.
of Kingsbury Run.
All right.
Butcher of Kings. Now we're turning into Kenny Biddle here.
About pens?
No.
Oh.
Kenny Biddle writes things down like you want to see somebody behind in the chat.
Not 37 minutes.
Oh man. Oh, I don't know. But he's got his wife that does his chat.
Well, I tried to do your chat for you, but you took it away today.
It's about as big as this pen, Side-Eye Guy, if I'm being honest. It's because I'm old. Oh, that was a case in Ohio? Well, son of a bitch. We might have to, we're definitely going to look that up. Yeah, the Black Dahlia case. Where's that one at? Isn't that in California? Oh, yeah. Dawson just said it. Maybe I should read the comment before I open my stupid mouth. Yeah, Bill definitely take notes. He definitely takes notes. He's got lots of pages of notes. But he forgot to write down the code word for the character last week in his notes. And ended up saying the person's name that we were trying to avoid saying.
Oh,
and we did a fantastic job of not saying it until Bill read his notes. And then I went with it and said it right behind him.
Oh, Jeff does love clown.
No, I hate
I
clowns.
should go get the clown picture I have in my room.
No, I don't like that picture.
It's cool. It's actually, it was painted by one of the Barnum and Bailey's clowns. He used to do portrait, and this one is a self-portrait, but he used to do portraits of all the different clowns.
Oops, I didn't mean to. So Dawson, do these podcasts still exist? Are they archived? What's Dawson's podcast channel? We got to see these. Dana wants to see the clown.
Okay, I'll go get it.
It's a like it's a weird picture. It's uneasy. It makes you feel a little uneasy. Wait, the Black Dahlia was in Cleveland? Or the other one? No, the Butcher was. The Butcher was. Okay, Black Dahlia was in California. Gotcha. And I know some people, I'm pretty sure I've seen shows on people that have gone to whatever building is associated with the Black Dahlia story. Candy just, okay, here it comes. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to get the chair out of the way and I put it right in the way.
As you can see, it's got the certificate of authenticity on the back. Ugh.
That looks a little it-ish.
It kind of does. Yeah.
It's-
So
I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of clouds.
I can't remember what this one.
Side guy wants me to show off my pen. Nope, we're good.
Oh my god.
Although I am watching a show right now, Side guy, you'll be interested in this. It's a bunch of naked dudes running around in Africa trying to survive.
Too, isn't it?
No, the women they all got kicked out. But there were women too. But they blur their bits except for their butts. They show butts. Apparently that's fine to show on TV. But everything else is blurred. Apparently. Hey, Dana, that's not a John Wayne Gacy painting, is it? It's who's the artist?
Who's the what?
Who is the artist?
Something how?
Okay, so it's not John Wayne Gacy. Just checking.
Oh, no. Oh my god.
It kind of looked like from some of the shit he painted, I think. Everybody loves the painting. I don't. I really don't. Yeah, it's not a Gacy. Thank God. Although, no, not thank God, because I'd love to sell that bitch if it was. Gacy paintings are very, very high priced, I think. Yes, it is called. No, it's not called. It's called Naked and My Parents Did Not Show Me Enough Attention. No, it is Naked and Afraid, though. It's actually, I've never watched the show before. I've seen it a few times, but I've never watched it. But I don't know, this group got me sucked in, so can't help it. I'm stuck on this one.
Where's their lid? Oh, it's way over there.
Oh, the treat lid.
The treat lid.
You've been out running around. I don't know if you know Seg's here.
Hey, hi. Yeah, I've been running about chasing dogs and
And trying to figure out
putting
something
clowns
you and
up
Candy
and-
were doing. And
I told Candy just to start messaging me directly because I'll get it faster. And I said, plus then if she has something, I can get to it faster before.
Yep. Yeah, Candy was our first mod, and we appreciate her sticking out with us. Oh, where did I see? No, I don't. Nope. I don't think so. No, I don't think there's a Jake on here. There's a guy named Jeff that everybody seems to hate. And then there is this Australian guy, this big dude. I think is his name. Okay. Yeah. We forgot to try that coffee seasoning.
Oh, I
Barbecue.
completely
Shit,
forgot
totally
about it.
about that. We need to try that. Yeah. Sorry, Rooster. We just, like I said, we were searching for that one or trying to find one that mimics it. And so we've been trying we found one that's really, really close. It's not quite the same, but in a pinch, it would work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If we couldn't find the original,
it's pretty close, but it's not. I mean, it's not.
It comes
but
from
it's-
Pandora.
It's pretty close.
Rooster knows where Pandora is. So I think so. We've been on here for a couple hours. We should probably wrap it up. I don't think we need to.
It's past my bedtime already.
We don't need to turn. Plus, guys, I almost started this live stream late because in that show I'm watching, they were this close to the end of a challenge they were doing to see who got kicked out. So I probably got
Probably 2 minutes.
there's 2
2 or
minutes
3
before I find
minutes,
out
yeah.
who's getting kicked off the show. And I'm like, God damn it, I want to see this.
Go live.
Dawson, we did
That
12
would be
hours,
a
so shut the fuck
single.
up.
Yeah, that would be a single show if he went more than.
No, you were with me
No,
on
I'm
12
saying,
hours.
but well, yeah, that is true, and I was there most of the time. But 6 hours when you guys, I always laugh because I always come out here and he's on somebody's live, so I usually just pop over to see who it is, and it's kind of like a hi and then it's bye because I go right back to bed. But sometimes I hear him laughing, and it's like,
I mean,
what time is it when he's laughing?
Dawson invites me on every Friday night, and it's always fun. He doesn't invite me on during his primetime ones over in the UK when like Seg and cool people are on. He doesn't invite me, but I'm good enough for his Friday night show, which that's a great start for me. So But no, we always have fun, man. I enjoy the Friday night things that we
But
do.
he's a great first live, guys. This isn't our first live, though.
Bill, we've been doing lives for a long time. Go look at our channel. We have so many lives that we've done.
It's just that
we just got out of it for a while.
That we're doing, that we have a set date. We're doing Monday. So Mondays at 7:00 is our time that we're going to be doing our lives. Plus, I will get better about doing it putting it out on Facebook and on Instagram and that about our lives. Just because, but Jeff didn't do a post till today, which I was like looking for it to put on my page, but I couldn't find it. So that'll be something that will be coming starting now. I mean, today was the first one, but every Monday at 7, unless we have something. I know there might be one coming up in October we may not be able to do or Jeff's going to go solo and have a guest because we have a presentation at a library because October gets crazy for us.
Yeah, October gets stupid
because we have between classes and presentations, we have something going on pretty much almost every day of the week.
Yeah, so spread the word, people. We are doing Mondays
at 7.
Side guy was doing very important shit. That's why he couldn't join Dawson the other day. He was polishing his mask, which I'm sure is a very important task if your whole character is based on your mask. I mean, you got to have that shit shiny. You can't be running around with a dull mask. Just saying.
And then I know hopefully by next Monday we'll have up so everybody gets to see Bert and all his friends in the yard up. I don't know if I'll have everything completely up by next Monday, but I'll be trying to get everything up. Still working on some stuff, so.
But no, I mean, what kind of guests would you guys like to see on here? Maybe we can end it on that. Because I do want to have members of the community that we all watch and see and stuff like that. But I want to have some other guests on too that maybe debunkers necessarily may not be big fans of. Like I know right now the guy that is the caretaker for Robert the Doll, like I know he'd come on. He's a good guy. He's cool. I know debunkers aren't necessarily big haunted object fans, but he's very interesting to talk to. A super nice guy. I wanted to buy a doll from him, just a replica of Robert the Doll, and he sent me one and a whole bunch of other shit for free, like 3 copies of his book signed. I mean, like, yeah, you bought that doll.
Yep, this is my first haunted doll I bought.
Well, it's not haunted.
It's not. Well,
it's
my creepy doll, first creepy doll. But I'm planning on getting more.
Yeah, Robert or Seg, he absolutely believes that doll is haunted. Absolutely does. There's like over 10,000 letters of apology people have wrote to the doll that they have archived at the museum that it's in. So is it or isn't it? I don't know. But it's an interesting story.
It's funny because we posted on our Boo page, but we had our replica Robert the Doll sitting in the car, and he was seatbelted in, and I was like, road trip, guess, or I said, guess for road trip. And somebody thought we were known. They're like, oh my gosh, you need to take and respect him. And I'm like, this is a replica. It's not the original. We still respect him, but it's just like they were freaking out because we had a replica.
Dawson, I honestly may be able to hook you up with some people that can make that happen. I know a guy, and he knows a guy, but the guy, if you can directly talk to him, I mean, there's probably a price.
It made you even buy Robert the Doll liquor.
Yes, I did buy Robert the Doll rum because they had a spiced rum, and it was pretty damn tasty. Where's that bottle? That bottle's back here. But yeah, Robert has his own rum, and I'm a sucker for rum, so we of course had to try it. Huh?
Isn't it over there?
In one of our live streams, I debuted it and opened it and tried it
I thought
live.
It was on the shelf over there. We do okay. Jeff gets all kinds of weird liquor things because we've had Tool wine.
Yeah, but
he's gotten alcohol from different countries.
Pair Enthusiast, I don't think you're the offender. I think I'm the offender because I put him on camera without asking first. I apologize.
Who?
Robert the Doll.
Oh.
But it's not the real Robert, so it's all good. But this is a limited edition one because this Robert was one of 100 that spent the night with Robert the Doll, the real one. They charged it. If y'all believe in that sort of thing. I mean, I did freak out a little bit because Boo got him one time.
Oh
I
my
thought,
gosh.
son of a bitch, I'm gonna get fucking possessed.
We literally just got back
Yeah.
from an event and we had him sitting on top, and all of a sudden here you see Boo. I mean, we were just bringing stuff in. All of a sudden you see Boo with his arm in her hand, and just the arm, and she's carrying him through, and I'm like, what? And we were like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? We're just like, of all things, you grab him.
Yeah, so we make sure that Boo doesn't get him again.
Yeah, we have to keep a lot of our stuff like randomly. This has been her newest thing. The other night she came out with this.
With our Chick-fil-A chicken
With
or
our
cow.
Eat More Chicken Cow. I don't even know why we have this,
I
but
don't
we have.
either.
I think at work we get a million of these, so I just brought one home just for the grandchild if he wants to play with it. But it was sitting back here, and Boo decided, because Jeff was doing a live or on somebody's live, she brought it into the bedroom to take it to bed to chew it up. So, I mean, we literally have to watch everything because she will go. She's actually gotten the wig, one of the wigs, and took off walking with the wig. So,
yeah.
I mean, even tonight she's gotten into tissues and started chewing up tissues.
Okay, Dawson has a theory about Robert the Doll. I think Robert the Doll is more cursed than haunted, but I do believe when thousands of people go into somewhere and concentrate their energy on something like a demonic doll, it could become real. I'm going to say this. So when we had, what is his name? His name is David something. Damn it. I wish I remembered his David Sloan.
No.
Sloan. So when we did interview him, he sent me 3 clips that he was like, if you want to show these clips, you know, of things that happen around Robert the Doll while we're doing the live stream, go ahead and show them. They were interesting. I should go back and watch them, but that interview is on our page somewhere. It's, you know, it's probably, it's one of the Warren files that I did that's on our page as well. But there were 3 clips in there that were like, you know, they were pretty damn interesting. And then, you know, and there is an element of this too. So, I mean, let's say you go see Robert the Doll, you take his picture, you didn't ask permission because you think it's all bullshit, and then you come home and have some bad luck. It's so easy to blame, like, well, it's got to be because I took that picture, even though it has nothing to do with it. So there again, I'm open to it, but I'm not like a blind, like, okay, yeah, this thing is really screwing people over, but I don't know. But I'm open to weird shit like that, I guess. Thank you, Sky, for the 1 gifted. We appreciate you, and we're glad to see you here. Haven't seen you in a bit.
Oh, that can't. And it's funny because this is what's crazy. It's on a remote, right? So look, obviously, well, see, now it doesn't want to turn off.
It's cheap Chinese electrics.
Oh, so it's turned off. But if you look, I can turn this, and there's like 3 that went on. But now I'm going to turn them all off.
It's because they're
and this one will just magically come back on by itself. So we're trying to figure out if there's like another remote or something.
There's some frequency that happens
but then it's randomly weird too. Bert's 2 lights that he has on himself, they come on when they want to, which is by solar, because they're solar.
They're controlled by a remote as well.
Because they're solar, but they're controlled by remote. I turned them off.
It could be the neighbor changing the channel next door.
Right. So I turned them off. And so the other day I went out there to turn them on and they wouldn't come on. It's like, okay, whatever. Fuck? So then.
Are you serious? If I had $4,000, I would not buy one of those. That's just
weird. Yeah. And then, but it's funny. So tonight I didn't turn them on and they're on, but then I put them on a timer to go off at 6 hours, but then they never went off. They were on all night.
Oh, let's try this.
So
Bill brings up a good point. Let's try and turn the TV on once. Oh, did it do it or not? Nope. So at least in this instance, it's not this
Yeah.
TV remote.
Because we even thought it was the remote for like
It's some
outside.
it's some
so
kind.
it's like we just
It
have,
could be a cell phone frequent. I don't know.
yeah, we don't know, but it's just
It's
so
obviously
random.
natural.
It will just
It's
pop
not,
on.
It's not
So event,
paranormal.
because I laugh because I'll be like, Jeff, the candle came back on. So
Yeah, I mean, we're not saying it's paranormal at all.
no, but
because
it's just funny because it's
does it all
just
the
the
time.
one.
Sada guy, I have not. I apologize. I have not seen your Ghost Brothers video yet. I'm sure it's hilarious. I haven't had time in the last couple days, but I'm probably going to watch it after I watch my naked dudes on TV for a little bit.
Our lives have been crazy though. We've had
It's been a busy weekend.
well, the past like month has been crazy
Mhm.
for us, and now we're picking up into the haunted stuff, which we've had some family medical issues going on, so we've been with that a little bit busy with that, but then we have a daughter that's going to be traveling, so we've had that going on, and so all this paranormal stuff is starting to get at its peak of doing presentations and classes. And
But Bill, I wouldn't take my TV remote and point it that way. So it's not the TV remote
No.
doing it.
it's just really randomly weird when it comes on.
Yep.
Because like sometimes Jeff will be in bed and I'll go to the bathroom and I'll see it's on, but then I'll wake up. Then when I come out in the morning, it's off. So it's, and he doesn't mess with the remote with it. He just
No.
leaves it. And I'm the one that messes with it.
Wow. That's a weird thing to have. I'm not gonna lie, that's some crazy shit. Hey Michael, how's it going? We're close to wrapping it up, but thanks for joining. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's try and get to the bottom so we can wrap this up and tell everybody good night. And hey, dude, Dawson, where have you been? Indiana Bones has been up for a couple weeks now.
Bert's been up for a while. Bert's been up since end of August. No, didn't he go up Memorial Day weekend?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Or was it?
It was after Memorial Day.
Was it?
Yeah,
He's been up for a while now.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because he was after the because we put him up the weekend after the 12 hours.
Yeah. All right, let's try and get down to the bottom and wrap it up, even though we've been saying that for the last 20 minutes.
Yes, Bert is the skeleton's name. And then he also so now my next purchase for Bert is going to be to get him a skeleton dog, because most of the dogs I'm finding are like this big. He needs a bigger one, so I'm hoping I can get him on clearance after Halloween.
At least a 4-foot dog.
Yeah, and so then he's gonna have a dog. And can anybody guess what his dog's name is going to be?
I guarantee someone's gonna get it.
Somebody will probably get it.
The skeleton's name is Bert.
Yep.
Think Bert. Someone will get it.
Not Burb.
No, won't be Burp.
Ernie. Yep. Somebody said something. I said,
And
no,
we have a winner.
if we get the dog, his name will be Ernie. So we're gonna go away from
That's a good one though. Bert's Bees.
Oh yeah, because we have Bubba, we have Boo, Bubba, Barry, Bert, and then Bees would be cute. But I think I kind of like Ernie because it's kind of cute.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Barry yet.
No,
really,
not
on
a
this
lot
channel.
about Barry.
We have a haunted bear in the backyard.
Yeah, everybody kind of laughs at that one, but
it was a good story. Again, who knows?
Yeah,
it's a very unlikely story, but
we took it just to make them happy. So
I should put that on the members only one. That video I made for Carmen, because it kind of gets into the Barry story.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Thank you, Anita. It's 2:30. Go to bed. Don't watch us, even if we stay on for another 30 minutes because we're dumb. But we're not gonna. So, all right, guys. I think we should wrap it up. It's been 2.5 hours. That's long enough. That's plenty long. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you guys for the gifteds and the super chats but more importantly, thank you guys for just joining. Tonight we wanted to talk to the chat because I know when I have guests on, I feel bad when I don't get to keep up with it like I want to. So we do like to do these ones where it's just focused on just talking to you guys. So we appreciate y'all for stopping by. And now we're going to do the awkward ending thing.
We got to come up with an ending.
I know I should have an outro, but this is more fun. Just have it